Once the dealer logins into the Qualtrics page, the dealer will land into this particular page. So in the Huddle summary page, the dealer can see the following details like total number of net promoter score, open huddles, in progress huddles, completed and closed huddles, etc. And also in below, they can see in terms of percentage. Here is the total number of call preference given as yes. And in the outlet cases, the dealer can see the branch codes, different branch codes, and corresponding to the particular branch code, the dealer has the access to see the particular number of huddles like open huddles, in progress, completed ones, closed ones, in terms of number as well as in terms of percentage. So they can scroll this page like this. Next, if the dealer goes to the Huddle utility, so here in the Huddle utility is the place where dealer needs to fill the Huddle details for all promoter, detractor, and passive customers. So as you can see the promoter scores here, the customers who have selected for the call back as yes, those customers details can be seen in this particular Huddle details page, mainly for the promoters, and for the passive as well as detractors. Anyways, the customer callback is by default, it is ticked. So their details will be here. And for the promoters, a few promoters you may not find because the callback is by default unchecked. And whoever has checked the callback box, so their details will be present here. So let's see the promoter journey. So how the dealer need to fill the promoter journey in the Huddle details. So if the dealer clicks on finds any of the promoters corresponding to that particular promoter, the dealer can see this weave button option. So the dealer need to click on this weave. Once the dealer clicks on this particular weave corresponding to the promoter score, the dealer will land into this particular page, which you can see on the screen. So the dealer can see the ticket details in the left hand side of the page, where the customer name and NPS group, promoter, phone number, L2 and L3 selected by the customer, and rest other details. And if the dealer goes little down, the customer survey name, where the dealer can see all the answers selected by the customers. So once you go down, you can just see the callback return as yes. They have checked that box as yes. And also all the details can be seen here. In the right hand side is the place where the dealer need to fill the questions, fill this box, so that they need to complete the promoter journey. So first, in the promoter journey, we have the search caller. So once the dealer clicks on the search caller, if for example, if the name is a Seema, if they click, just type yes, or if they type yes, the drop down box will appear here with the names of the callers. Then the dealers can select the particular callers. So here the dealer need to fill the caller name. Next, the callback done button should be yes, and resolvable at dealer should be yes. The callback verbatim. So in the callback verbatim, the dealer need to fill whatever the conversation happened in the call with the customer. In the dealer remarks box, the dealer need to fill after the call what the dealer felt about the customer, whether the customer was satisfied with the resolution given to the customer, or still there is any complaints from the customer side. So once the dealer fills all these details in the promoter journey, the dealer needs to click on save button. So this is how the dealer completes the promoter journey for the promoter huddle journey. Okay, so only one page the dealer needs to fill in the promoter. Next, let's see for the passive one. So if we scroll down, so the yellow one is the passive one. So corresponding to this particular passive NPS score, if the dealer sees the weave button, the dealer needs to click on this particular weave button to fill the passive journey for the customer. So once the dealer clicks on this weave, the dealer will land into the passive page. So this is the once the dealer click on the weave button, this is the page of the passive. So similarly, like the promoter, in the left hand side, the dealer can see the ticket details. And if the dealer clicks on the customer survey response, all the responses given by the customers can be seen to the dealer. So here, before calling the customer, the dealer also can check on these details. And once the call with the customer is done, the dealer need to fill the details in the right hand side. So first is the search caller, similar like the promoter callback. So this completely, the first page is similar to the promoter one. So the search caller, you need to fill the search caller. Callback done is yes. Resolvable at dealer, yes. Callback verbatim. So whatever the conversation happened with the customer, the dealer need to fill it here. Dealer's remark. Okay, and once the first page is completed, in the passive journey, we have something called root cause identification. So once the dealer fills the first page, click on save, and dealer will go to the root cause identification. So minimum of 2 root cause identification needs to be filled by the dealer. So let's see the first one. So in the first one, the L2 is product and L3 is availability of different colors. So the first box need to be filled by the dealer is loop closure callback verbatim. So this is similar to the callback verbatim which we explained in the first page. So whatever the conversation happened with the customer, what is the concern of the customer, and what details you dealer has discussed with the customer in a call, that need to be filled in this particular box, and this is mandatory for the passive journey. The loop closure callback verbatim, this answering this question is mandatory in the passive journey, and rest of the questions which you can see below, this is not mandatory, but you can fill it anyways. Okay, so the next question is resolution provided to the customer. So what resolution you have provided to the customer, so that the dealer need to fill it here. Customer remarks on resolution. So the resolution, whatever the dealer has filled, is there any remarks from the customer to that particular resolution? The dealer can fill it in this particular box. Root cause identification. The dealer needs to fill the root cause identification by clicking on the drop down. Any root cause identification can be filled by the dealer according to the conversation happened with the customer. And once the conversation is done, if there is any specific root cause identification post huddle, like the dealer will find something new problem has occurred for the customer, so such kind of things can be mentioned in this particular box. Apart from the L2 and L3 selected by the customer, if the customer tells the dealer something else apart from the L2 and L3 selected, uh, that problem or the issue can be written in this particular box, that is specific root cause identified post huddle. Once one of the root cause identification, so this is the first page of root cause identification is filled, the dealer can click on next. So this is the second root cause identification which the dealer can see. So in the second root cause identification, the L2 is showroom infrastructure and the L3 is availability of parking. So the first question is mandatory, obviously for the passive journey. So the dealer needs to fill this. Rest of the question also, if the dealer has any comments, the dealer can fill this. And once the root cause identification is filled, the dealer can click on next. So this is the third one. So as I told you, the two mandatory root cause identification is mandatory, like two root cause identification is mandatory in this passive journey. So this is the third root cause identification. Either you can fill this if you have any concerned statements, but you can skip, the dealer can skip this third root cause identification if they want. Click on next. In the fourth page, the dealer can see the root cause identification for other. So what does this other mean? So for example, the customer has selected particular L2 and L3s, but when the dealer had the call or the conversation with the customer, the dealer, customer was concerned about some other L2 or L3 or other problems. So that can be mentioned here by the dealer. Apart from the L2 and L3 selected by the customer in the survey, if there is any other L3 and L2 which the dealer identified, then the dealer can mention that L2 and L3 in this page, that is in other page. So you can select the L2 and L3 from here. Okay, and also the root cause identification. And once you fill it here, obviously the root closure callback verbatim is mandatory. Then rest of the things, if there is any statements, you need the dealer can fill it, otherwise we can skip. If there is no other root cause identification, then you can skip this whole part. So click on next. So once the root cause identification is completed, here the passive journey ends. So this is how the passive journey for the huddle, the dealer needs to fill it. Now, next, let's see for the detractor one. So for the detractor, as you can see here in the red color, corresponding to the particular detractor, click on the weave button. Once you click on the weave button, the dealer will land into the detractors huddle details page. So in the left hand side, similar to the promoter and passive, you can see the dealer can see the ticket details, customer survey responses, and in the right hand side, the dealer need to fill the details after the call with the customer. Search caller, click on the particular search caller. If you just click type J here, automatically you can see the drop down with the particular names. So you can select the particular caller name. Next is callback done. Yes. Resolvable at dealer. Yes. Callback verbatim. Whatever the conversation happened with the customer, you need to fill. So this is the first page is similar to all the promoter, passive and detractors. Click on next. In detractor also, you will have the root cause analysis, root cause identification similar to the passive one. So here, according to the L2 and L3 selected, you can see the condition, how many root cause you need to fill. So here the L2 and L3 selected are only one. So for only one L2 and L3, they have mentioned root cause identification for minimum one L3 selected by the customer is mandatory. So as the L3 and L2 selected is only one, if the dealer fills minimum one root cause identification is sufficient. So let's click on next. So this is the first root cause identification for the particular L2 and L3. This is the detractor journey. In the detractor journey, loop closure callback verbatim is mandatory, but along with that, other questions are also mandatory. That is, resolution provided to the customer is also mandatory. The dealer needs to fill this compulsorily. Customer remarks on resolution. This question is also mandatory. Root cause identification is also mandatory, and specific root cause identification post huddle. If there is any, then only the dealer can mention. So in the passive journey, we have seen only loop closure callback verbatim is mandatory. Rest two, that is resolution and customer remarks on the resolution, is not mandatory. Just the customer can fill the loop closure callback verbatim and directly go to the root cause identification. And if there is any specific root cause identified, they can fill it. But in the detractor journey, the resolution provided to the customer as well as the customer remarks on resolution is also mandatory. So once the root cause identification is filled, click on next. So this is the other one. So in the dealer, if there is any L2 and L3 you found after the call with the customer, then the dealer can fill the L2 and L3 here and also select the particular root cause identification for it, and also fill all the mandatory fields. And if there is any specific root identified post huddle, the dealer can fill this. Click on next. Once the root cause identification is completed, there is something called inner loop resolution in the detractor journey. So if the question is how many inner loop resolution need to be filled, always remember the root cause and identification, the number of root cause identification filled should be equal to the number of inner loop resolutions filled. So first, if the dealer completes one root cause identification, then mandatorily the dealer must complete one inner loop resolution. If the root cause identification filled is 2 or 3, then that number should match the inner loop resolution also. That many number of inner loop resolution the dealer need to fill. Okay. And if the dealer clicks on no, not now, the status of this particular huddle will be in progress. And if the dealer want to fill this right now, then let the dealer click on yes and next. So this is the first inner loop resolution. We have filled only one root cause identification. So if we fill only one inner loop, that is sufficient. So for the first one, in the first box, whatever the customer has the concern and what conversation happened with the customer, uh, that need to be mentioned by the dealer here. And responsible person, the name of the responsible person, if you just click on one letter, you can see the drop down of the responsible person and select the particular person. You need to click on the implementation date, select the implementation, save and submit. As in this particular detractor journey, we have filled only one root cause identification apart from the other page. So we need to fill only in one inner loop resolution. So here, once the inner loop resolution is filled, here the detractor journey completes. So this is how the dealer fills the huddle for the detractor journey.